It's Katie Lee, and this is the IMZ 103 podcast.
Hey, it's Russell. I'm here in the Z103 studio with Steven. Steven, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm a 25-year-old music artist. I'm actually originally from California. I moved here about 12, 13 years ago. My grandparents were getting old, so we decided to move out this way. Yeah, the past 10 years have been a big struggle for me. Been facing a lot of challenges, a lot of addiction, a lot of things that people don't really like to talk about publicly. But the past 10 years have been a big challenge. In high school, I was into sports. I played basketball. That was my main sport. Other than that, I've just been, the past 2.5 years, I've just been focusing on music. It's my passion. Music has saved my life in so many ways. But yeah.
So how'd you get started in music?
So basically after going to rehabs and going in and out of jail, I came to a point where I didn't really know what to do with my life or who I wanted to be. I was really lost. Not that I'm not lost now, because I still am in some ways, but I just didn't know who I wanted to be or what I wanted to do. And one night I was just thinking, I was really trying to think about this, and I was like, what's something that would help me help other people, or what's something that could help change lives? And so I was like, a lot of people don't like Drake, but Drake is my favorite artist, and he saved my life through his music, and I want to be able to do the same through mine.
That's awesome. That's a cool story. So did you have a breaking point? What was your darkest point?
Oh man. Honestly, it wasn't the first time I got started on music, but it was the second time I got started. The first time I got out of a rehab, and that's when I came to the point, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? So I was like, I want to make music. And, I was serious about it, but I guess I wasn't too serious about it, because I didn't really take my time or actually try and elevate myself and my skills into my lyrics and what I wanted to get out there. And so I guess it was the second time I went to it was actually a 2-year rehab in Seattle, and I just couldn't do it. So 4 months in, I was like, oh man, I got to get out of here. Mm-hmm. And I was actually court ordered to be there. So I was supposed to stay, but I just couldn't. And that whole time, that whole 4 months, all I could think about is music. I would be riding there whenever I could. Even when I wasn't riding, when I was doing other things, all I could think about is music. And so even in that rehab, it was still dark for me. Rehabs are great, but at the end of the day, you got to do things for yourself, and you got to be able to step up yourself, because rehab's not going to be a whole life thing, It's something that can help people, but it's not for everyone. And but that was my darkest point. And then I started making music more seriously. I started getting a lot bigger on Twitter. I actually started motivating independent artists around the world. And I kind of saw that for myself. I was like, I'm pretty proud of myself for, not only helping myself, but helping other people. And so, I guess that was my darkest point, and that's when I realized I just got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So through all this, did you learn anything that you want people to know about? Do you have any messages that you want to share from this?
Yeah, so basically, suicide's a big topic nowadays, but I feel like it's not really presented as much as it should be or the way it should be. I know a lot of people struggle. A lot of people are a lot of the times afraid to admit it or scared to say how they're feeling because they don't want other people to know. But the truth is, like, if you're struggling, like, you like reach out to someone who understands or, yeah, man, it's a hard thing for me to try to explain, but it's like, you basically just you gotta really dig and you gotta, even pray, like you gotta do something to get out of that, like you can't sit in that depression for your whole life, you know what I'm saying? Or else you are gonna not want to be here, you know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing to watch people take their own life because they felt like no one was there for them, or they just felt alone, They felt like they were no good at all. But the truth is everyone has an important role. Everyone has an important role on this earth, and I think that's the main message I wanted to get out. So
I love that message.
Thank you.
What do you have next? Do you have any plans coming up?
I actually have a manager now, and he's been helping me manage my music. We've also been thinking about a couple projects. We're thinking about building like a rehab / studio down in New York. And so, we want to do that. It's going to take quite a bit of money, obviously, but that's our plan, is kind of just a place where anyone, like multiple people, not just one person, like you don't have to be invited, like anyone can come and either get the help that they need, they want, or if they don't want help, then they could come to our studio, and if they are an artist, they can record, and just let out all that depression, and we could all be like a family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, so that's a big thing that's next, I'd say, is that, yeah.
Awesome. So how can we find your music?
So it's on all the streaming platforms, but Spotify, I guess, is the biggest one. So I guess Spotify.
Okay. And your name in the
music industry? It's Sleeve.
Sleeve?
Yeah.
Got it. How
all
do you
capitals.
spell that?
SLEEVE.
Got it.
Yeah. All capitals.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the IMZ 103 podcast. If you enjoyed the interview, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. IMZ 103 is hosted by Katie Lee and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.